free energy change for ATP. Now ATP is the chemical link between catabolism and anabolism. ATP is the energy currency for living organism. ATP act as a donor for high energy phosphate. Okay, high energy phosphates. These are the things which are donated by ATP. Now, central role of ATP in the energy metabolism was explained by Fritz Lippmann and Hermann Kalker. Okay, these two scientists described the central role of ATP in energy metabolism. Now, in aqueous condition, the phosphoanhydride bonds of ATP cleave by the incorporation of water. Okay, in ATP there are phosphoanhydride bonds. Those bonds gets cleaved when by the incorporation of water. So this is how the reaction looks. ATP plus H2O gives ADP plus Pi. Pi is nothing but your orthophosphate, PO4 3 minus, and ATP plus H2O gives AMP plus PPI. PPI is your pyrophosphate, P2O7 4 minus. So when ADP is produced, you get orthophosphate, and when AMP is produced, you get pyrophosphate. Standard free energy change of ATP hydrolysis. Now ATP has two high energy phosphate groups. Okay, and on the other hand the ADP has one high energy phosphate groups. But the phosphate of AMP is low energy type because that phosphate has normal ester link. Okay, so ATP has two high energy phosphate groups, ADP has one high energy phosphate group. The phosphate group present in AMP is low energy type. Now a large amount of free energy is liberated when ATP is hydrolyzed to ADP and Pi, or ATP is hydrolyzed to AMP and PPI. Okay, in both the cases a large amount of free energy is liberated. So when ATP is hydrolyzed into ADP, the amount of the standard free energy generated is minus 30.5 kilojoule per mole, or minus 7.3 kilocalorie per mole. Okay, this much amount of the standard free energy is generated when ATP is hydrolyzed into ADP. Now when ATP is hydrolyzed into AMP, in that case the amount of standard free energy generated is minus 32.2 kilojoule per mole and minus 7.7 kilocalorie per mole. Okay, this much amount of energy you get when you hydrolyzed ATP into AMP. So there is not much difference, as you can see here. In this case it is minus 30.5, and here in this case it is minus 32.2. Now the standard free energy change of ATP hydrolysis is large and negative. Now this negative free energy value of these compounds are referred to as phosphoryl group transfer potential. Okay, phosphoryl group transfer potential, and this phosphoryl group transfer potential is a measure of the tendency of phosphorylated compounds to transfer their phosphate groups to the water. Okay, the measure of the tendency of the phosphorylated compound to transfer their phosphoryl group to water, that is phosphoryl group transfer potential is all about. Okay, it indicates the tendency of the phosphorylated compound to transfer its phosphoryl group. Now ATP has a stronger tendency to transfer its terminal phosphoryl group to the water, and that is the reason why it has an higher phosphoryl transfer potential. Okay, we say that ATP has a higher phosphoryl transfer potential. Why? Because it has a stronger tendency to transfer the terminal phosphoryl group to the water. Now the structural basis for the high phosphoryl transfer potential of ATP are the resonance stabilization, electrostatic repulsion and stabilization due to hydration. Okay, these three things are the reason why ATP has a high phosphoryl transfer potential. ADP and PI, that is ADP and orthophosphate, have greater resonance stabilization as compared to ATP. Okay, the resonance stabilization of ADP and PI is much greater than ATP. Compounds like phosphoenol pyruvate, then 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate, then creatine phosphate, these compounds in the biological system has higher phosphoryl transfer potential as compared to ATP. Okay, these three compounds give more energy when they are phosphorylated. Okay, phosphoenol pyruvate, 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate and creatine phosphate. Now this phosphoenol pyruvate has enol phosphate bond and the standard free energy of that bond is minus 14.8 kilocalorie per mole. Okay, when you will break this enol phosphate bond of the phosphoenol pyruvate, you will get 14.8 kilocalorie per mole. Now this compound, that is 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate, has an anhydride bond to carbon which has minus 11.7 kilocalorie per mole of standard free energy. Now your creatine phosphate has the phosphate bond which has a standard free energy of minus 10.3 kilocalorie per mole. Now your adenosine triphosphate, that is ATP, has phosphoanhydride bond, and when you break that phosphoanhydride bond you get the standard free energy of minus 7.3 kilocalorie per mole. Now then you have glucose 6-phosphate which has phosphoester bond, and when that phosphoester bond is broken, 3.3 kilocalorie per mole energy is released. And then you have glycerol phosphate, okay, which has phosphoester bond, and when you break the phosphoester bond of glycerol phosphate you will get 2.2 kilocalorie per mole standard free energy. Now the transfer of phosphate group from molecule A to molecule B will be energetically favorable if the standard free energy change of the hydrolysis of phosphate bond of the molecule A is more negative as compared to the standard free energy change of the hydrolysis of phosphate bond present in molecule B. Okay, so there is molecule A, there is molecule B, both have phosphate bonds. Now when you will do the hydrolysis of phosphate bond of molecule A, then a standard free energy will be generated. Okay, that standard free energy should be more negative as compared to the molecule B. Then only the phosphate bond will be transferred from molecule A to molecule B. Consider the example of phosphoenol pyruvate and glycerol phosphate. Okay, in phosphoenol pyruvate the value of delta G naught is minus 14.8, and in case of glycerol phosphate it is minus 2.2, and that is the reason why phosphate bond can transfer from phosphoenol pyruvate to glycerol phosphate. It cannot transfer from glycerol phosphate to phosphoenol pyruvate. Now the actual free energy change of the hydrolysis of ATP in living cell is different because the cellular concentration of ATP, ADP and PI is unequal, and it is much lower than the standard of 1.0 molar concentration. Okay, so there are two reasons. that is the cellular concentration of ATP, ADP and PI is unequal and it is much lower than the standard of 1.0 molar. That is the reason why the actual free energy change of hydrolysis of ATP in a living cell is different. Thus, the actual free energy change of the hydrolysis of ATP in intracellular condition differs from the standard free energy change. Okay, actual free energy change and the standard free energy change of the hydrolysis of ATP both are different because of this intracellular conditions. The actual free energy change is much larger than the standard free energy change. The actual free energy change is minus 52 kilojoule per mole and the standard free energy change is minus 30 kilojoule per mole. Okay, so in intracellular condition, when there is hydrolysis of ATP, in those condition you get 52 kilojoule per mole energy out of it. And if you are doing it not in the intracellular condition, then you get this much amount of energy. Now the actual free energy change which is obtained by the hydrolysis of ATP in intracellular condition is given by this equation. That is, the actual free energy change is equal to standard free energy change plus RT into log of concentration of ADP into concentration of orthophosphate divided by concentration of ATP. Okay, this equation gives the actual free energy of the hydrolysis of ATP in intracellular condition. Now let's read about phosphagens. Okay, phosphagens act as the storage forms of high energy phosphate. Okay, they are the storage forms of high energy phosphate, and these phosphagens include creatine phosphate and arginine phosphate. Okay, now this creatine phosphate is there in your vertebrate skeletal muscle, heart and brain. Okay, so in vertebrate skeletal muscle, heart and brain, creatine phosphate is that storage form which has high energy phosphates. Okay, so from creatine phosphate the energy generation takes place in skeletal muscle, heart and brain. And the second type, that is arginine phosphate, is found in invertebrate muscle. Okay, so phosphagen has two types, creatine phosphate and arginine phosphates, and they are the storage forms of high energy phosphates. Now when ATP is rapidly utilized as a source of energy, then phosphagens permits its concentration to be maintained. Okay, the ATP concentration remains normal because of phosphagens. But when the ATP is to ADP ratio is higher, then phosphagens concentration of phosphagens can increase, and these phosphagens then can act as a source of high energy phosphate. Okay, if the ratio of ATP and ADP is higher, then the phosphagens acts as the source of high energy phosphates. Now at pH 7, the standard free energy of the hydrolysis of creatine phosphate is minus 10.3 kilocalorie per mole and 43.1 kilojoule per mole as compared to ATP, which is just minus 7.3 kilocalorie per mole and minus 30.5 kilojoule per mole. So the standard free energy of the creatine phosphate is much higher as compared to ATP. So creatine phosphate, when gives creatine, ADP is converted to ATP, and creatine phosphates take the phosphate from ATP and gets converted into creatine phosphate. Okay, so this is how the reaction goes, and the standard free energy change for this reaction is minus 10.3 kilocalorie per mole.